Listen, welcome. Thanks for everyone being here. DUI Results Attorney Robert J. Schefter, Attorney at Law. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for
So
having
we
me.
got a great. How's your wrist doing, by the way?
Doing well. It's pretty much back to perfect health. Broke it back in the spring running with my dogs, so that's why you ask every week. But it's good.
Well, I
We're good to go
wanted
there.
to shake it up. But we had a great guest last week. We had a lot of great feedback with that.
Yeah, we looking forward to having Kathy Riley back from Smart Start. I think there's plenty to do, more shows with her, and that's what I want to start doing more, is bringing guests in, because what I do is not only practicing law, but my clients go through a lot of different phases when they're confronted with a DUI. Ignition interlock is one. Another one's going to be treatment. I have some connections with these treatment facilities, and that's going to be required. You're going to have to do drug and alcohol evaluations. So I want to bring a guest speaker in to talk about from their perspective.
Well, I think it's great for you to show what it looks like for people, and I think that relieves a lot of people's anxieties, and that's why they like dealing with you and your firm.
Right.
Is because you show them the picture. Now you're showing them actually on here.
So we're going to do that. Also want to reach out, and you may have a connection here with the with your duties here at All Live Media, is reaching out to one of the medical marijuana dispensaries and get them in to talk about issues that they see. And obviously it affects the DUI because the DUI law conflicts with the medical marijuana law, so I'd like to get their perspective as well. So I'm looking forward to doing the
And I had a business owner that said he lives in Chester County, said he got a medical card, and I said, you know you can't have your gun anymore. He goes, yes I can. He goes, that was all social media hype, and I said, I don't know.
Right.
But I said so.
Yeah, there's a lot of conflicts in the law, so I'd like to get that perspective as well. But today, that kind of segues into what we're going to talk about today, is really getting back to the basics, the origin of really doing the shows and reaching out. I want to talk to everyone about hiring the right attorney. When you get a DUI, it is a traumatic experience. For most of my clients, it's their first time being confronted with the criminal justice system. And when you're most often pulled over by the police, even if it's just going through a red light or a speeding ticket, it's a traumatic experience. When there's red and blue lights start flashing and you hear the sirens and the officer comes up, regardless of what it's for, it is definitely traumatic, and I understand that and I appreciate it. So when it's a DUI, obviously it becomes a lot more intense, a lot more traumatic, and that day, that evening, obviously you're going to feel very upset, very stressed, whether you're mad or angry at yourself or just down in the dumps, and you feel like you've let everyone down and yourself down. You can reach out to me as early as the next day. Now, they're not going to let you call me that night, but the next day you can get a hold of me. And I'll talk through things with you at that point. Because what happens is you're going to hear a lot of noise, a lot of the white noise, whether it's on the internet or whether you're talking to family and friends. They're going to tell you a bunch of different things. You're going to read a ton of different things. And it's going to make you more stressful. So really, the first step in relieving that stress is to call me for a free consultation. Come in, and we'll sit down and review everything. Okay? And so, or you can wait until you get your charges in the mail, because regardless, once you get those written charges in the mail, get the complaint for the DUI, we're going to want to sit down face-to-face at that point and review everything. So you can call me ahead of time, or you can wait until you get the charges. When you get those charges, and I'm speaking specifically about York and Adams County, you're going to get a lot of solicitations in the mail from attorneys, and one of them will be likely from me. It's sometimes I feel badly about that, but the reality is that most attorneys do it. They're going to send out letters to try to get your business, and it does make it somewhat easier than going through the phone. No one uses the phone book anymore. The first step usually is you're going to look on the internet, you're going to look on social media, and that's fine. I'm out there. But you're going to get a lot of solicitations from different attorneys. And my recommendation there is you really need to talk to an attorney, as I say here, who's local. That's the first thing you want to look for.
And local is important. Like, that does matter. I mean,
yeah.
I know.
It does. It's not just hype. It is real. The attorney needs to have an established practice in the county where you're charged, and that's why I don't advertise across the state. South Central PA, primarily York and Adams County, is where I practice. So that's what I'm going to put out there. There are other attorneys, and this is nothing against them, but they have a multi-county practice where they practice in 5, 6, or even across the state. And I've had people come and hire me after they've either talked to or hired an attorney from another county, and they've been given misinformation because each county does have their own rules and regulations and procedures.
Yeah, that's something people wouldn't know, that every county has these finite details that are different and can matter to your process.
Sure.
And can put you in a position of getting better sooner or taking longer.
Right.
And financially costing you money.
Sure. So when we're talking, if you see these famous attorneys who handle cases across the country, that's primarily federal law. If you're dealing with discrimination cases or other types of bigger cases where attorneys are practicing in federal court, you have federal laws, which are obviously the same across the state, and you have state laws, and then you have local laws. So especially in the DUI practice, local does matter because you need to know the practice. ARD is a perfect example. Every county has their own ARD system, and they set up their own policies and procedures and regulations. So your attorney needs to be experienced, have real experience in that county. And it's different than just what I call hanging a shingle, where their primary office is in Harrisburg or Philadelphia or Pittsburgh, but they have a little suite, they have an office in York where they can come in and meet with you, but that's not a York or Adams County based attorney. So, again, it's up to you, but you want to make sure that your attorney has significant experience in the county where you've been charged. So that's the first thing. And then, when we talk about experience does matter as well. I've been practicing law in York County for over 20 years. I started out in the district attorney's office in York County prosecuting DUIs. Now, we're talking years ago. I'm not going to say when, but years ago. And actually even going back to law school. When I was in law school, I had an internship in the York County District Attorney's Office. I was one of few interns to be able to actually try a real case in front of a real judge and a real jury while still in law school. I was a certified intern. So the experience goes back to there. I made law review when I was in law school. Making law review is a big deal. So I made law review and wrote my law review article on the DUI law. So, my experience goes back even to law school with regard to DUI work. And again, we're talking 20-some years later, practicing law in York County. The experience does make a difference. I've encountered probably just about any type of DUI case you can imagine in those 20 years. If you think about it in your job or anyone who's been working in the same profession for a number of years, if you think back, you've probably encountered a ton of different experiences in that profession that obviously it can't be taught. You have to go through it. So again, I think experience is extremely relevant when you're looking to hire an attorney. The biggest thing, Shane, that we know, though, is reliability. That's why I came up with this. I didn't hire a marketing firm. I thought about what sets me apart in this industry in York County. And you have to be reliable. That is the most important thing, because I have heard horror stories from clients who have come in to talk to me after hiring another attorney because they are so frustrated. They paid an attorney and they can't get a hold of the attorney. They've left messages over a period of weeks and they're not getting return phone calls. They have no idea when they need to be in court or what to expect. Are they pleading guilty? Are they going to trial? Are they getting into ARD? And to me, that is just inexcusable. I know in your industry you would never do that or imagine that another professional would do that, but that's the reality, and it's true, and it's unfortunate. It gives attorneys a bad name, and I can absolutely, the one thing I can guarantee you is that you're not going to experience that with me. All of my clients have not only my office number, but my cell phone number, my email address. Clients text me. Every single day I get texts from clients. Obviously, I'm out there on social media. I'm doing these shows for free to say, hey, here are some things you need to know about. So when you come in and sit down to talk to me on day one for that free consultation, the first thing, my initial goal is to relieve some stress. Relieve stress for you, let you know that there is a clear path, there is resolution, you're going to get through this. And as you often say when we do our shows, and it's so true, it's a judgment-free zone. I had a client come in yesterday. A young man got his second DUI. I got his first DUI I'm representing him on, he got a couple months ago. He's still in the system. He's in tears in my office saying, I can't believe I did this. I can't believe that I let you down. He said that to me as his attorney. And I was like, look, man, I'm not here to judge. We're going to get you through it. It's going to be, kind of a long path here for you because with your second DUI, but I'm not here to judge. I'm not saying you're a bad person or how could you be so stupid. My job is quite the opposite. It's to make sure, the attorneys used to be called counselors at law, and I love that term because you do have to counsel people. You have to counsel them and help them through. And so I'm not here to be the attorney, to speak down to you, to talk in some big language that you don't understand, so you feel like you need to hire me because I'm above you. That's crap.
Yeah, I mean, your craft. You know the detail. And I think it's important that you're an English major. I just thought that was awesome because those words should be what you're into. Like the understanding, the meaning, all that. And so that's refreshing to know that you are into all that.
Absolutely. Yeah, and it's we don't have time to get into all that, but what I've learned is that my English background is a very strong background for a law degree, and I didn't know that.
Because you pay attention to detail, which is important, I would think. Mm-hmm. And absolutely. Like I said, when you look over that, you look over it like different than I would look over it. I'm trying to get through it. You're looking at it like the wording and the And
beyond the reliability, the most important thing when you hire an attorney is you have to be comfortable with that person. So you come in, sit down and talk to me, we'll go over everything, and if at the end of the consultation you don't feel comfortable or you want to talk to someone else, you know what I tell people if they want to talk to another attorney? I don't say, no, you don't want to do that. I say, go ahead, talk to another attorney, talk to 5 other attorneys, because I want you to be comfortable. I want you to hire the person that you're most comfortable with. And more often than not, if they go talk to someone else, they're going to come back to me and say, hey, I talked to some other people and I really feel comfortable with you and we're going to do it. So that's all I have for today, Shane. Just something real quick, just food for thought to think about. When you hire an attorney, it is a serious decision. You don't just hire the first person that you see or you talk to. Come and sit down, talk to me before you hire anyone. Free consultation, nothing to lose.
Local, experienced, reliable.
Yes.
Okay, and all that stuff, it really matters. You've been in your community for a few years. You've been doing this for a few years.
Over 20 years.
Yeah, so that's experience and that matters. And you're right on Leaders Heights Road, and you have email addresses, you have a Facebook page, and you have a phone number. We appreciate you being here. Look forward to seeing you next week. Are we going to be here next Wednesday? Or we'll have to let them know?
Yeah, we'll be here next Wednesday, and I'm going to try to reach out and see if we can get another guest in.
Excellent. And if you're interested, if you're a professional out there and you feel like you add value to Attorney Robert J. Schefter, DUIResults.com, message him, call him, or email him and let him know.
Yeah, we'll get you on the show. Absolutely.
So appreciate y'all, and thank you so much. We'll see you next week. And if you happen to get a DUI, contact Attorney Robert J. Schefter, and he'll give you a free consultation. But you're not going to do it on the street. You're not going to do it in the jail. You're going to do it when you get out.
Exactly.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks, Shane.
Y'all have a beautiful day. Thank you.